I feel like I always go live when I'm like full chill mode, but I think this is a good standard to set for the world of lives. Anyway, these are becoming very fun. They are becoming a weekly thing, and how fun is it to join into like this? If you've just tuned in, give me a little hello so I know, oh yay, Lada. And if you're tuning in after the fact, so not live, let me know your takeaways and questions. And if you're listening live, let me know your questions. So I thought it would be fun after a few more strategic lives to talk about energy and emotions and mindset and all those beautiful things and the role that these things play in our business. So I titled it Emotions and Money because I thought that was very clever. Hello, my loves that just joined in. So I want you to think about, imagine all the wounds you have unfelt and unmet. Imagine all the emotions you haven't processed to completion and how they would be creating all little blocks in your system, in your world, in your body. I can feel it in my chest. And then imagine money, abundance, love, wealth, whatever it is, clients trying to come into your world, but all the blocks in your body. That's how I kind of like to visualize it. So the blocks of our unfelt emotions, our unmet wounds, are creating a lack of space. So imagine if you were to feel these emotions to completion, if you were to process the wound, how much more space you'd literally have in your body, in your soul, in your world, to be able to attract money, to be able to attract clients, to be able to attract all the things you desire. And often my clients ask me, they're like, Adriana, but how do I feel these feelings? So if you're thinking that listening to this has been something I've been practicing a lot in my life and also been thinking about a lot too. The main thing I like to think about is feeling what is present first. So if you feel resistance, just be resistant. If you feel annoyed, just feel annoyed. Then you may reach anger. And if you feel angry, be angry. But underneath that, there'll always be either sadness, grief, or shame. So then when you reach that point, let yourself cry. When is the last time you let yourself just have a really good, big cry? Maybe let me know, when's the last time you had a cry? That's what I want to know today. Every live, I want to know something. Mine was this morning. So there you go. So these emotions are really, really important. And a big part of what I teach, and it's interesting as a business coach, is actually how to meet these parts of us and how our wounds are creating our reality, because we're attracting things in so we can heal that unmet wound. So do you notice you find that maybe the similar pattern happens in your life where you keep attracting something? You will attract that until it's fully met, until it's fully felt. You might think, hear me out on this one, drop me below if you can relate, but I've processed this wound so many times, Adriana. I always think about all the wounds as onions. It's the same onion, but a different layer of the onion. And even if it feels like the same layer, it's not, because that wouldn't be possible. Love that on Sunday. Very good. And to completion can feel different, right? And then different things will arise. The other part of what I wanted to talk about, if you have any questions, just drop them in, is what is mindset? And do we really need it? Like, what actually is it? I feel like it's this word that I can throw away too, and I'm like, oh, I just need a good mindset. But really, what is it? I feel like it's that thing, it's grit. So for me, I like to use sometimes really quite polarizing, more masculine words like grit, discipline, and dedication, because what it helps us call online is this masculine part of us in business that requires some of the hard work, that requires some of the dedication. And something I like to think about is like, what is your relationship with the word discipline? Like, does it make you feel like, ooh, or are you like, yeah, that's cool? Because I usually find in there's either a wound or a relationship with the masculine just hidden inside that one word. So I feel like I really want to share that business can be tough, and I want to remind you, and this to be a reminder to hang in there. And maybe even in the last 7 days, you felt like quitting in your business. Let me know, in the last 7 days, have you felt like quitting your business? Yes, or kind of. And it does get tough. I think there's a lot of moments in business that are really hard to navigate. Maybe you have questions on navigating those moments as well. But I think I heard this comment the other day that business will get easier the longer it goes. And whilst this is true, I want to remind you that it's like when it gets easier as business goes, I also believe you hit like the tipping point where you find your ceiling and there's this huge ego death, and it gets really, really hard, and then it gets easier. And even in the ease, you kind of just get better at navigating it. I feel like that's what's happened for me anyway. I'll read some of the things. Emily shared, too much grit has led me to burnout, but I love the reframe. Amazing. So I want to reframe burnout. Burnout has nothing to do with grit. It has nothing to do with doing too much, and everything to do with the energy from which the thing is being done. So burnout is the energy from which the thing is being done. So when we're really in that I love that you love that reframe, Emily, is that when we're in that energy, we're almost following our truest, deepest, I want to use the word desires, even though like I just said on the weekend at a retreat, that word I find so hard, but I'm learning to love that word. So I think that when we're following that in every moment, we'll probably find that we really do want to show up in our businesses. We really do want to show up online. So I think a really cool reframe with burnout is it only happens because of the energy behind which we do the thing. Emily, if you're still listening, I hope that's useful. And a few people shared yes to something I asked before as well. So cool. Another cool point around, hello honey, around your business and the mind behind your business is, are you having fun yet? Are you having fun? You're meant to, spoiler alert, you're meant to be having fun. Like, it's meant to feel enjoyable. It's meant to feel fun and easy. And a cool exercise I like to play with myself is like, if I let myself just play inside my business today, if I let myself just do what I feel like, and here's the catch, you won't feel like not doing it. People are like, oh, then I wouldn't work. Then you probably have the wrong career. Like, I get excited for this. I think I woke up at like 6:30 this morning and I was like, is the cafe open yet? I really want to work. So what would feel maybe scary, and I did a post about this today. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. The post before the most recent post is, sometimes our fear sounds like our intuition, and it can be really, really sneaky. And it's actually not our intuition, it's our fear. And that's where the grit comes in, because we need to be able to do the things even when we don't feel like doing them. And then, full of polarity and dualities, and then we need to be able to call on the fun and call on the ease. And how would you like to share? How would you like to connect with your ideal clients? And all those fun things as well. Amazing. So if you just joined in, we are talking about business, money, mindset. If you have any questions about any of it, pop it below. Otherwise, I'll ramble for a little bit and then I'll get the hell out of here. These are always fun to share. I think too that it's easy in business to get really caught up in like what's not working, and then we stay in that almost like that loop with ourselves, like this isn't working, I feel like nothing's working. I think it was Hermosi. He did a quote on like the fact that most businesses that succeed are really okay with doing the boring things on repeat. So they're not actually, he said it way better than me, but they're not actually reinventing the wheel. They're doing the same things well, and then you tweak when you need to. So you're not tweaking it all the time, but you're doing the same thing, and then you tweak it when you need to. Do I have an Etsy store? I personally don't, but I know you do graphics and stuff like that, so that could be really useful for someone like you, and I would just say to make sure you're sharing it a lot. on your stories and in your posts and all those things. For those who don't know, I actually used to have a fashion label. So I actually come from the more of the product-based industry. So that's a fun fact about me. Did you know that fact? Yes or no? I would love to know. Amazing, my loves. So do the things, stick it out there even when you don't really feel like it. Do the things you don't want to do because of fear, but also listen to yourself and let it be fun. And do the boring shit on repeat. I always say that to my girls, business is made up of like all the boring things that I don't find boring at all. But anyway, more of the repetitive tasks. Posting on your stories, posting on your feed, sending out your emails, going live, all of those fun things. I also think lately I've really called on like a higher force in my business. It's like this is so much more than like the next sale, the next sale, the next sale. And whilst that's really important, and I totally get that, it's also about leaning into that energy of this is bigger than me, so I have to show up every day. And I might leave us on that note because I think that's beautiful. If you have any questions about feeling your emotions, making money to feel them, or your mindset, drop them below before I jump out. If you're listening to the replay, let me know what was your takeaway from all of this, if you have any questions. Otherwise, if you're listening and you want to learn more about any of this, DM me the word soul, like your soul, and we can chat about how I do this work and being part of my world. Otherwise, I love you all. It was fun to go over this again, and to kind of elaborate on some of my philosophies around this and the importance I think it has to you and your business and your growth. And definitely don't give up now because you're just getting started. Someone just dropped in a question. Do you have a profile on LinkedIn? I do not use LinkedIn either. I don't personally enjoy the platform, and I don't feel like the people who use it would be super suitable to the work I do. But what I do have is I have a TikTok, which I don't really, not much is happening there on my TikTok, but I do have it. And I have a YouTube channel, which I post on regularly. Check me out on YouTube, Adriana Loves. And my main platform I use is Instagram. The main platform I teach other people to use is Instagram. I think we can make a lot of money from this beautiful app if it's used correctly and relentlessly and with soul and with passion and all the things in the middle. Hi Tia, I see you. Amazing, my loves. I always stay a little bit toward the end because usually there's like random questions dropped in. Thanks, Georgia, you honey bunny. But yes, that's the vibes. That is the vibes. I heard a quote today, actually. This is an interesting one, see if I remember. And the quote was, energy and decisiveness above all. Energy and decisiveness above all. And I love that because it is your energy, and it's this absolute solid ground that you come from, that I am so decided in this. And that includes in doing the work. Like, your commitment to that inner work has to be as important as any client you get, any sale you want to get, because they are connected. They are one in the same. And see your world open up. I love you all. Have the best day, night, wherever you are. Speak to you all soon. Bye.